So yeah, thank you for that. I was thinking of it and then I forgot. So thanks for pointing that out. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna start. We're gonna set up the project. So how we're gonna set up a project? We're gonna just start and launch Unity, and for that one, I'm just gonna open up my Unity Hub account. Sorry, Unity Hub, and let me just share my entire window. Oops, I opened something else. I opened something else by mistake. So let it open and then I'll close it again and then I'll open it again. So in the meantime, let's check out the chat or anything that is bugging you guys.
No,
Anything that,
nothing. It will be only visible to you. We are just
okay,
being able to see your screen.
okay. So no, I haven't, I did not just close that one just because of that. I'm just like, the project was actually a corporate project. That's why. So I'm going to open the scene now. Okay. So this scene is actually an HDRP scene, but it is not required that you should be having an HDRP scene. It works and it looks like as simple as like with any of those scene. It works with URP, it works with LWRP as well. So there isn't any requirement that you should be having HDRP with it. So is the scene visible now? Hello.
Not yet, not yet.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, so this is one scene. Okay. So let's go back to the PPT, and now it says like we should be launching a Unity scene. We launched it. Now what it requests is, so whenever we do open Maya, okay, let me open up Maya as well, and I'm in the meantime I'll explain everything. So I'm opening up Maya as well. Okay. And in Maya, you might be having like you have a modeling, sculpting effects, and then rendering sessions, like rendering windows along the way, and then you model, and then you export it as a FBX, and then you bring it as a FBX over here, and then you use it as an asset, right? That's the pipeline that is existing, right? So what we are looking forward to is we're gonna send content from here, we're gonna use it there, and then we're gonna make changes over there that should be reflected over here directly without making any changes. So what we're gonna do is, so let me create a new scene so that it becomes easy. And before even creating a new scene, so to make up of the to set up the entire process, what you need is, first thing is you need to install an there is a package that says FBS exporter, and to install a package you just need to go to window, package manager, and then you need to wait until this loading packages finishes up. You need to install an FBX exporter. Once you have installed it, kind of this kind of thing will be there, and this is the preview package. So if it is not visible to you, you can just click on advanced and you can click on show preview packages. I think these things are visible to you, right? It is not too small to see. Hello.
Yes, it's all visible. Yeah, it's everything
Okay.
is visible perfectly fine.
Okay. So you, if you are, if this exchange, if this package is not visible to you, you can click on show preview packages and then it will be visible. So once you install this one, you can also change the version of it if you want from over here. I'm currently using 3.1.0. And once this is done, this is not done yet. So what you need to do is you need to go on to project settings, and over here you will be having a additional option called as FBS export. So with this FBS export, what you need to do is you need to select your 3D application, whatever 3D application you have. Right now I have configured Maya. If the 3D application is not visible onto your drop down, you can just click on this browse button, and then you can find out where is your Maya file, and then you can find it over here, and then you can add it. Once it is done, you can click on this, and after that you need to click on install Unity integration. It will add a file onto your Maya or what.
Kavindra?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to implement this one, but in my case, there is no
Mhm.
option to integrate. So, is there
Yeah,
any
there
solution
isn't
for it?
there isn't any button called as install Unity integration.
Yeah, there is only one thing, FBS exporter, and
Hmm.
there is nothing. So, I stuck at that point.
So there isn't anything called in FBS export, right? Like in this, after clicking on FBS export, there isn't anything in this window, right? What you're saying?
Yeah, it's blank.
Okay. So try reinstalling FBS export, because if the FBS export is not showing you any options, it might be because the FBS export is not installed properly or something. And which version of Unity you're using?
2019.03.
So 2019.3. So try switching to
Yeah.
2019.2, because 2019.3 is very unstable. I'm currently using 2018.4 for demonstration because this is very stable. Okay.
Okay.
So you can use any other version that will work fine. Okay. 2019.3 is very unstable as of now. So you can select any of this window, and once you click on install Unity integration, it does not mean that you should be having a file in your Unity project. What it asks you to is to point it out to the bin folder of your 3D content development software, and that's why I do have a bin folder located over here. And if I select it, if I try and overwrite it, so it asks me to overwrite it. I'm gonna cancel it because I already have it installed over there. Now what I'm gonna do, so right now let's create a new scene. So I do have this new scene, I'm not saving it. So this is the new scene with me right now. I'll create a new plane just for fun. I'm creating this new plane, I'm gonna just reset it. I'm just doing this just like this. I'm having it now. I'm aligning the view. Now once it is done, I'm gonna create multiple cubes. So why I'm using cubes is basically cubes. I want to create a kind of a sci-fi city. Okay, so for me, I don't want anything to be available as of now. I don't want a river. I don't want a skybox. I don't want trees. The first and foremost thing for me is I do want the cities, because that will be my first primitive building block for the level. So I'm gonna create cubes. I'm gonna go and reset it. So from here, I'm gonna go and push it there, and I'm gonna go over here. Now for me, what I'm gonna do is I want to use similar kind of buildings in multiple places. So one way to do is using prefab. So let's create a prefab of this cube, and let's name this cube as building, and let's delete this one, and again create a prefab. Now building is there. Now if I duplicate it, there will be multiple instances of this cube, and I'm just gonna keep this over here and over here. So this is an HDRP scene, that's why it's looking like this. There isn't anything that is going weird with this scene. Now I have created this building. Now one thing to be noted is I do have a prefab. I can take this thing as an FBX. I can just export it as an FBX, and I can go and modify it in Maya. But the problem will be that FBX file won't be having any direct effect onto Unity. So what we want is we want to link the files. We want to link the FBX. So what that FBX exporter allows us to do is it allows us to create a linked prefab. So it will be creating an FBX, and with the internal systems of Unity and Autodesk, it will create a bridge between Autodesk, Maya, and Unity. So let me get back to this PPT. So it says how to install FBX exporter. It is going to Window, Package Manager, FBX exporter, and you can just get it. And after this, you can also export, like it says, you can also export Alembic files. Let's say you have a cloth simulation or you have a mesh deformation into your scene, or if you want to have, let's say, a water simulation that is available in Maya, you don't want to write a water shader for it, you can just go and have a water simulation played in Maya, and then you can just bake it as an Alembic file, and you can just export it as an FBX, and you can use the same water as a Maya water system, like as a FBX water onto Unity. And since it will be a baked FBX, it won't have any issues. But the only problem will be you will have a very high file size for that Alembic files. Now, once it is done, you need to go for a Unity integration. So once we are done with that phase, we're gonna go and we're gonna go for round tripping. So this scenes is from Sherman, and what it shows you, it like this is a simple project scene that says these are the assets on the left. These are the assets created with Pro Builder, and once the assets have been created with Pro Builder, so if you look at these bushes, all these are prefabs associated with this, available in different orientations. Some are rotated, some are scaled up, some are rotated, like in different orientations. All these are same. So in Sherman movie, if you look at that, you will also see like all the grasses are almost the same. So this is the same grass thing that is there. You can again use Pro Builder and create multiple like prototypes, and then you can use it. I'm using just the integrated cube for it. Once you are done over here, what you need to do is you need to create a linked prefab. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna right click on it, and you're gonna click on convert to FBX linked prefab. One thing to note is if you don't have a FBX exporter available in your system, or if you haven't installed FBX exporter, this option won't be available. So once you click on convert to FBX export, you will be having multiple options. So basically you will be having the transform components, your export format and all these things. I'm going to leave all these things default, but if you want, you can change the building name and all the things, like what are the export path, what will be the prefab name, and what will be the import path and everything. You can change it. But as of now, I'm going to leave it as such, and I'm going to click on convert. Now, if you are seeing any FBX exporter warning, it might appear on your system, it might not appear on your system. So if it is if it is appearing on your system, you're going to just click on OK, and everything will be fine. You don't have to worry about it, what happened. So right now, just for the sake of easier access, I'm going to click on show explorer, and I'm just looking at this file. Now I'm going to go on to Maya, and right now this scene is having nothing. This scene is having nothing. This is a blank canvas with Maya available. So I'm going to go and open my Maya file, which I have, and I'm going to use that Maya file, Maya scene file, to create and to like push that asset directly onto the directly onto Unity. So I'm just launching Maya over here. So right now, if you see, after installing, you will be having this kind of extension available. So there will be a Unity logo over here, and then all these four options will be available. If you haven't installed, you will be having like this kind of thing: send to Unity and send to Unreal. But this does not send directly. This does not create a like bridge between a direct bridge between Unity and Maya. You can also use game exporter, but again, using game exporter will again will send you back to your conventional pipeline. So right now I have slow. So right now this is my scene, and this is the work that is there. Now some part of it is sculpted, some part of it is molded, some part of it is being modeled, and some part of it is like is the same, similar to as like cylinders, not even changed. So this is one model there. And what I want is I want this model to be sent directly in place of those cubes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just close this Maya window. And I'm going to like having this building as a linked prefab. So I'm going to go on to this Maya file. I'm going to click on file, and I'm going to click on Unity and then import. I'm going to make Unity import thing. Okay. And I do have this. Okay. So I do have this linked prefab available with me in the assets folder. I'm going to use it in this over here. So let me just fill in the path. I'm going to go to assets, and it is saying building1.fbx is available that we have created as a linked prefab. So this prefab is available to us. Now this will create, if just pay attention to this outliner window. So in this window right now, you can see the meshes and the default lighting and the object set. It will create two types of set, two types of object set over here in this window. If I open this, and right now I'm getting a cube. The scale of the cube is too big for this, like for the project. So I'm just gonna go and select this cube. I'm gonna go and having this thing like this. So this cube is too big for this thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that my model that is there is of the same scale. So I'm just gonna go and scale this thing up for the similar scaling, and so that it matches properly with the with the object that we are creating. So this looks fine. The scale of it is looks fine from all the sides. This is fine, and if we want, we can just scale it a bit more so that it looks better. So I'm just gonna go and scale it a bit more. Yeah, this much is fine for me. And I'm just gonna go. So one more thing to be noted. So if you click on this, if I just select this one, so if you look at this one, so the what a pivot of this cube is at the center. So all the Unity objects have a pivot at center, right? Guys, are you there?
Yep, yep.
So,
Yeah,
so all the objects in Unity, all the like predefined, what do you say, native or all the simple objects or the simple polygons in Unity have a center.
Primitive objects.
Yes, primitive objects. Yes, I was just looking at that word. So primitive objects have a pivot point at the center. But if I look at my mesh, so for my mesh, the pivot point is at the bottom of it. Okay, so this will create one problem. That let it be like this so that I can show you what will be the problem. Okay, now, so if you look at this one, so it has created two outliners. One outliner says building, this is the building block of it, and it has its material and everything. Now it has also created one more set that says Unity export set, and this is the most important part of it. This creates the backend. This creates the bridge between Unity and Maya. So what I'm gonna do is, since I want this mesh to be available in place of this cube, so what I'll do, I'll just click on all these three meshes that I have. I'm gonna go and drag it down onto the Unity export set. Once I do this, and I'm gonna remove this Unity cube. So once I'm done with this, I can just go and click on Unity and I can just click on export. Now there are multiple options. Export, this will export if I have a model and I do have an animation along with it. If I click on export, it will export both the model mesh and the animation. Right now I don't have an animation or I don't have a rig with it, so I can use any three of it, like any of the two options that is available with me, export or export model only. So I'm gonna click on export model only, and if I do the same, it is just asking me to just change this attribute, and I'm going to say yes. And once it is done, I can see that the things are changing over here. Okay, and the things have changed. Okay, this thing have not changed. Okay, let's do it once again. Create a cube, convert it onto a linked prefab. Okay, and then show it in Explorer. Why did not work? Go on to Unity, import, go over here. I have the cube, open the cube, and then Unity export set, delete this Unity export. Okay. Okay, delete this export set. No, not working. Okay, gonna go and open scene and go on to this file. Go over here, open the scene. Don't save. Continue. Okay. Now I am here. Unity. No, not export. Unity import cube. Open the cube. Here we are. Let's go and select this. Have it here. Scale it up. Change this one. And now drag it onto this one. Okay. Drag it onto this one. Delete the cube. Save it. Then click on export model only. And then go back to Unity. And it should be working. What is happening? Why it is not coming? Okay.
You just
let's-
deleted the prefab.
Okay, let's do it one more time. It
Maybe in
should
the
work.
start you deleted the prefab due to it.
Okay, let me just do it one more time. If it is not working this time, I'm gonna create a new scene after this and or a new project, and then I'll do it. So I'm gonna go and open the scene again, or I'm gonna go and undo all this thing. Yep. No, it is not working. So I'm gonna go and open the scene. Yep. Don't save. Yep. All right. So Unity import cube open. Yes. So this thing is fine. Export set is there. Okay. Great. This cube is there. All right. So this thing is there. I'm gonna go and drag it over here. Export set done. Cube deleted. And then go over here. This thing, everything is fine. This is the prefab. Okay. Now file. Just select this one. Unity export and click on over here. Yeah, it is changing. Yep. Finally. So if you see, I have just exported this one and it just changes this automatically. Now I've said one thing, that if your prefab or your pivot point, if your pivot point is not set properly, so this kind of thing will happen. So if you see this right now, what you can see is this object is outside your cube, right? And why is that so? Because if I just undo the cube, you can see, so there is just one part is just like is there. Let me just go to the wireframe mode, and you can see this, the small mesh of it is inside this cube. And if you see over here, let me just go back to the wireframe as well over here. And if you go, if you see this one again, so this is just a small part that is inside of it, right? So this is just because whatever frame or whatever space is in your like what at whatever space your game object is or your mesh is in Unity or in Maya, it will reflect at the same space in Maya. So if you change the position in Maya of that object, it will change over here as well. So it is highly recommended that you set. So basically, if I have this mesh over here, and if I have this thing like the pivot point set over here, I should also make this pivot point a similar pivot point of the same object similar to this point, and make the mesh available at the same coordinate as well, so that you won't have this issue. Right now, what I can do is I can just remove this component, and then I can, if I want, I can just go around and add a box collider and play around with the X and Y position to find out the exact space and then fill it out with it. Got it? So this is how it works. And if you look at this one, so again, your like this mesh, this specific mesh has a pivot point at the bottom of it. But if you're looking at this one, so this has a pivot point at the center of it. So your Maya pivot point is not coming to Unity. What the pivot point, what is coming over here is basically the pivot point of the cube. So if you want to change the pivot point of it, you can use ProBuilder to change the pivot point of it, or other option is to have the same pivot point as the your linked prefab onto the mesh that you have. So again, getting back to Unity so that I haven't missed anything. So this thing, round tripping of the bushes, this is the part of it. Click on File, Unity Import, and import the linked prefab from there. Then import the FBX file, or you can have used the same Maya file and then export it with the Unity export button. And then the bushes have been updated. Just come back to Unity and the bushes have been updated onto Unity. So this is the whole process of the DCC part, the content round tripping, how it works. And yeah, this is it. So this is different. Yep. So any questions?
So I'd like to know this linking between Unity and Maya. What other content creation tools are supported by Unity?
So all the Autodesk suite is now supported. Autodesk CAD, Reflect, Autodesk Max, 360, Fusion, everything is supported now. You can use any of those.
From Autodesk, like Blender?
Right now, Blender is not
Because
supported.
Blender is...
Right now, Blender is not supported with this FBX exporter.
How about the textures, Khagendra?
So
Like about the textures and everything, can we export them too?
yes. So if you look at over here, so right now it is saying like your materials are not there, right? If you look at this one, your materials are not there. So I'm just gonna go and use legacy and then gonna go apply. And I'm gonna go again and see my materials are there now, right? So I've got the materials. So now if I want, I can just
Yes.
go on and change the material properties and play around with it. It's the same
Cool.
process. It's the same process like how you were getting the materials before.
Yeah, gotcha.
Any other question?
No, I think
We're good. How was the session? Was this session too fast? Was this session too slow? Or like anything that you want me to add or like try and work out on something?
no, this session was like spot on. The duration of it and the content was...
Hey, Khagendra,
Yeah.
I have one question. Like, without the FBX export, there is one option available in Maya, na, like to send in
Yes.
Unity.
Yes. So that option, if you click on that option,
What?
it does not create a bridge between Unity and Maya. So if you click on that, it will ask you to either create a FBX file or it will create a FBX file for Unity. That will be an optimized file for Unity, and you will have to manually integrate the, like bring that file onto Maya. Onto Unity to work with it. It won't create a bridge, and that's why the FBS exporter is there.
Okay.
And that's what I was saying. If you look at Maya, there is one more option, send to Unreal, but that send to Unreal is not even, I don't even have Unreal on my system. So if you click on that, it will create a Unreal optimized FBX file, but it is not like Unreal and Maya will be having a connected backend with that option. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other option?
So can you repeat the calendar once?
Yeah. So right now, the calendar for this one, like for this week that is there is tomorrow we do have a session for creating high fidelity graphics. So how do we start getting? So today I've shown you like how you can get around with the rapid prototyping of your scene. Tomorrow you can learn more about like how you can get the like once you have developed your designed your city, how you can get the city good looking. Right now my city is very dull. My city is not having proper lights. Nothing is there. Tomorrow you can learn more about like how you can get better lighting, how you can get better like visuals. So more on how you can get better visuals onto your scene. And after that there will be there is a session uh, for how you can there is a walkthrough of a project for VR simulation. So that was again that will be again good. And so that VR simulation is on Sunday. On Monday we do have a session for photon multiplayer. On Tuesday this window is currently blank, but there will be some session either on tiny addressables or anything. There will be one session on this. Or we can plan on MRTQ or anything. If not that, then I will share. What about like shader graph? Is anyone interested to know about shader graph? I can plan a session on shader graph as well.
Yes, shader graph is also a pretty cool stuff, and it will be really great if we can have a session on that too.
Sure, sure. So I'll keep these topics in mind. I do have. I'm just looking at like the content or who can speak about that. So that thing is also there. And after that, on Wednesday, we do have a session on eighth wall layer foundation, like AR SDK. And after that, on Thursday we do have a blank spot on Thursday as well. So any of like even if any of the ambassador is willing for willing to take a session on that, just ping me and just let me know what kind of session you want to take, and I'll schedule that. That would also be good. And if this kind of things like is like you guys are looking more for in this lockdown and you guys want more of these kind of sessions, I can plan out again. But the only thing is like if we can get better participants, that will be also a good thing. So again, if you guys want this project file, I will share this project file and the PPT with all of you. And yeah, somebody asked about the ray tracing of in ray tracing in Unity. So right now my system is not supported about ray tracing, but yeah, I'm just looking for like if I can get get a system, and if that works, then I'll have a session on how to work with ray tracing in Unity. That is also one thing that is in my schedule. So just work on like have your fellow ambassadors get interested onto like these kind of sessions, and I hope this session have been interesting for you, I guess. Any
Yes, it
Yep, yep.
feedbacks?
was.
Pretty good
Okay.
session.
Okay.
All in
I
all, as a closing note, I would like to say it was a great session.
Mhm.
And yeah, it was spot on as Sai told. Exactly. It is a great thing. I didn't know about BCC and all this stuff, and it will be really useful for prototyping, stuff at a rapid pace.
Mhm. Okay, that's great. And Nagarjuna, how did you like the session?
Yeah, it was good, bro. Like even I was knowing only about directly from Maya, just
Mhm.
sent to Unity. That was
Mhm.
is what I was doing. So
Mhm.
the session was really good, bro.
Okay, thanks for that. And just for like other people, Nagarjuna is not a student ambassador. He is one of our academic partners who works with Unity and our academic collaborations. He works with universities and colleges, and he also works with companies. And he helps us to find out, like, helps us to engage with other companies as well as he helps us and the companies to find out solutions about their problems.
That's amazing. Hi Nagarjuna, this is Charan.
Hi, bro. Hi.
All right. So I think we have already exceeded our time. So good night, everybody. And tomorrow there will be session. So if the email you haven't received the email, you will be receiving email shortly. And for others, Nagarjuna, I'll send you the link on your WhatsApp, and possibly I'll try to push it onto the WhatsApp group as well. Okay. So
Okay,
keep.
bro.
Uh,
For every session, it will be different link and different thing, or the same will be going.
Uh, so there will be different sessions because all the sessions have been like it will be by different speakers. So possibly it will be
Okay.
different thing. But I'll try if possible. I'll try and create one session, one recursive session. That will be also a good idea. Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah. Okay, bro. Sure.
Okay. So good night, everybody, and try and make sure like other ambassadors also try and attend these kind of sessions. It will be good for them as well. Okay. All right. Good night, everybody. I'll post this, and this session and this project file will be available onto Unity like Drive as a Unity Student Ambassador Drive as well, and I'll post this link into Unity Student Ambassadors group as well. Okay. Okay. Now this is the final goodbye. Goodbye, everybody. Good night. Have a good dinner.
Bye. Thank you.
Good night.
Bye, bro. Good
Yeah.
night. Bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.